Happy new release day, everybody, and happy Halloween. Yeah, a double dose of goodness today. Halloween candy and new releases. I love it. Give me just a moment here. I've got to finish up one or two little quick tasks, and then we'll get on to the business at hand. Just give me a couple of minutes here for that. While you guys are coming into the room and getting settled in, I'm going to do a little odds and ends stuff here that I've got to get finished up. So, of course, tonight, flawless basketball. I mean, we've got Topps High Tech Baseball, too, which, of course, is going to be fun. But, man, I've been itching to get in this flawless basketball all day long, so I am super excited about that. We do have a little bit of information to go over before we get started breaking tonight. I'm going to go ahead and start letting you look at some of that while I'm pulling up my list here to see what teams we may potentially have that we need to find a home for possibly. So bear with me while I look and see where things sit in terms of unpaid items right now. Meanwhile, what you see on the screen at the moment is talking about a couple of things. The first thing is just to let you know that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. And that just basically means that anytime you leave feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return with no waiting. You got to love that. And then, of course, the second message there is to say thank you, because I do appreciate each and every one of you who stop by to watch the break, you chat with me, keep me updated on scores, those of you who bid and break and all that jazz. So I appreciate having you here. So right now, it looks like we are going to have two teams that are going to be available in a little bit here. I'm going to assume that they're not going to be paid. It's of one feedback bidder that hasn't paid, and honestly, it looks like somebody who's created an account who's done this to me before. Maybe not, but I don't know. Looks a little suspect. Anyway, I think we're going to have the Mariners in High Tech and the Reds in Bowman Chrome. If you guys want to be thinking about that, I will check it again right before we're ready to break it and see if the payment has come in. If it hasn't at that point, then we will be selling those two teams. So just a little heads up, some early FYI. What we're taking a look at right now, these are bids or breaks that are already listed on eBay. This is the stuff that is up and available for bidding right now that we're going to be breaking over the course of the next few days. So tomorrow night is a full case of our Leaf Autograph full-size football helmets. We're going to open the back half of the Flawless Basketball case that we start tonight. We're going to finish it up tomorrow night. And then we'll open a full case of Prism football tomorrow as well. On Friday night, it'll be a 4th and Goal football box with 4 autographed memorabilia items in it. We'll open more Flawless Basketball and more High Tech Baseball. On Saturday, that's an off night. I'm not going to do breaks there in case I end up going to the races with my group. So we're going to take Saturday off. On Sunday, we'll open Gold Rush Gem Mint Series 2 football. It's 12 packs that make a box, but technically a box is also a case in this particular product. So however you want to call it, it's a 12-pack break in that one. And then we'll open more High Tech on Sunday night as well. On Monday, you know what? I meant to get a lot more than this listed, and I just got busy tonight and didn't get it done. So Monday night, we will open a case of Leaf Best of Baseball and Bowman Chrome HTA, which some of you call Jumbo, but it is the one that is an all autograph product. So it'll have 36 autograph hits in that Bowman Chrome HTA that we'll tackle on Monday night. Meanwhile, for tonight, here's what you need to know. We're going to start out with Flawless Basketball, then break High Tech, and then Bowman Chrome. Flawless, of course, is a free shipping break, and anytime you do a free shipping break with me, you can look for it to get out the door about a week after it ends. So I'm projecting that to ship out on Wednesday, the 7th. More than likely, there are not very many cards in Flawless. More than likely, guys, I'll get that out to you before that, but plan on Wednesday, and if I can get it to you sooner, of course I will. Topps High Tech and Bowman Chrome, ditto, guys. That one is projected to ship out on Tuesday. That's a little bit later than normal, but that is because there's a lot of stuff ahead of it, which has a ton of base cards in it, number one. And then number two, because I am going to be tied up some this weekend and not able to sort as much as I normally would on Saturday and Sunday. So that's the info for that. And last but not least, if your team is not pulled tonight in a break, you are entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year and any series. And I do keep track of that for a rolling 90-day period. If you happen to be in the free shipping break, typically I would hold on to any consolation cards you're due until the next time when you have a package shipping, in which case I would gather up any that you were due over that rolling 90-day period and include them in that package all at once. If you're in that free shipping break and you don't want to wait, you want your consolation card sent to you immediately, all you need to do is send me a message on eBay and I will gladly take care of that for you. If you're in the paid shipping break, Hi-Tech and Bowman Chrome, if for some reason you were to not pull a single card in there for your team, any consolation cards that you are due would ship out with the rest of the break since it's a paid break. So I think that's all the info we need to know there. So that's going to get us rolling tonight. One box of 2017-18 Flawless Basketball. This is a half case break. It is break number 1. This just came out today. I'm super excited. Of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Wednesday night, Halloween, October the 31st. And of course, your team name you'll find on the left-hand side. The winning bidders are across from each team there on the right-hand side. And I thank you guys for getting everything paid tonight in Flawless. That is so awesome that I didn't have to stress over it or chase anybody down or anything. I do appreciate that more than you know. Last but not least here, I am going to remove the autofocus. I do like to set a manual focus so that we can look at the cards up at a pretty close proximity. As a result, it does make the background go out of focus a little bit, but we'll be able to see everything. Now, this is a brand new case, so we're opening half of it tonight. So what that means to you is this. I'm going to take, obviously cutting into the case, I'm going to take both boxes out of here. I will number each of them on the end and then use random.org to make a determination for us as to which one is opened tonight. And then the remaining one, of course, will be opened up tomorrow night for our Flawless Basketball. Now, let's take a look and see who's in chat. Greg is here. Kay Matlock is here. Yeah, Kay Matlock, you rocked it last night with the Twins and 5-star. That was pretty awesome. Martin is here. Scott is here. Martin, you said you'll take both of those unsold teams. Perfect, man. As soon as we finish up Flawless here momentarily, and I'm assuming those are still going to be unpaid. I can almost promise you they will be. You never know. Every once in a while, you get lucky and somebody pays, but I kind of don't expect it. So when we get to that, Martin, I will tell you what our total is on it, and we'll work out the PayPal details on that. All right, so we're just going to hit random 3 times here because we've only got 2 items in here, and then that'll tell us the order. So there's the first one, which you can ignore. Here's the second one, which you can ignore. Here's our third and final. Tells us we're going to open briefcase or suitcase number 1 tonight. So we don't need to worry about number 2, but number 1 is up and running. I like it. Stang Lover, you said there's some sweet stuff in Leaf Best of Baseball. For sure, man. Were you in on the first 2 cases we broke of that? I don't remember seeing you in there. You might have been. I don't really remember seeing you in them. But yeah, we broke a couple of cases of it when it very first came out. And it really didn't break all. I mean, we pulled great stuff out of it, but price-wise, I kept losing money on it. So I just set some of the other cases off to the side and thought, we would try again later. So we'll check that out and see how it goes when we try it again here next week on Leaf Best of Baseball. But all that Leaf Best of stuff, Best of Baseball, Best of Football, Best of Basketball, and all the greatest hits stuff is all really nice buyback product. It's always worth looking into for sure. Stang Lover, you're looking for the Knicks. BE, there is an unpaid in Hi-Tech and in Bowman Chrome, but Martin has already spoken for those unpaid things. So those are going to end up going to him if they're still unpaid in a moment after we look at the contents of our suitcase here. I'll flip back over and double check it, but it looks like Martin's going to pick them both up, and then we don't have to worry about, trying to track them down and all that kind of stuff. Greg, you said old year baseball. What do you mean? What do you mean by old year baseball? Are you talking about Leaf Best of Baseball? Because it's buyback, so it can be from any number of years. Anthony and Liz Bennett are here looking for the Cardinals. Caleb is here with 7 teams tonight. So Caleb, you've got the luck of the odds with you. Stang Lover, you got a McGuire triple threads and definitive, both graded in another break. Yeah, you must have missed mine, man. We did a couple of cases of it right when it came out, like the day it came out, and maybe a day or two later we did a couple cases of it already. For the Philadelphia 76ers, numbered to 15, you have a couple of really nice patches there. It is Joel Embiid on one side, Ben Simmons on the other. Greg, this is the last of 17-18 basketball. This is the last release of the prior basketball season. That's just kind of the way Panini always does it. It's weird, I know. Rolando Blackman, that is numbered to 19 for the Dallas Mavericks. Bernard King, numbered to 25, maybe a little tiny bit of chipping down there in that lower corner, and that is the Knicks, as a matter of fact, for Stang Lover, who is calling for a Knick to show up. Cliff Hagan for the Atlanta Hawks, that is numbered to 25. Cliff Hagan used to play for my University of Kentucky Wildcats. Number to 5, it is Jarrett Allen for the Brooklyn Nets. And I see a nice one coming up here. It's Jerry West, numbered to 25. I like me some Jerry West. Los Angeles Lakers in business with that one. Oh, wow. This is nice. This is nice. This is Oscar Robertson to 10. And you know what? He is in the Cincinnati Royals uniform. And I am 95% sure that the former Cincinnati Royals are the current Sacramento Kings, but we are going to look that up. And for those of you who don't know, these cards always stay with their franchise. So when it's a franchise like that is no longer in existence and it's moved and it's renamed itself, it's always going to go to the current name and location of the franchise on the card. All that kind of stuff's in the listing too on in the special circumstances area. Numbered to 25, it is Rondé Hollis Jefferson, also for the Brooklyn Nets. How crazy is that? 2 Brooklyn Nets in here. Next up, we have numbered 220 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Our little diamond chip comes out for Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak. And along with it, you can have this little card if you want it. Most of the time I don't ship this, but I can if you want it. It's basically just a thing saying, hey, it's not a blood diamond and we didn't, kill anyone to get it, sort of thing. Last but most assuredly not least, the Boston Celtics hit with nice Kyrie Irving, numbered to 2. Looks like you've got part of a tag on there of some sort as well. So Kyrie Irving and the Celtics, numbered to 2, is how we finish up tonight. However, I do need to go double check this, and we're just going to simply check and see the franchise history of the Cincinnati Royals. I am fairly sure that they are the current Sacramento Kings, but of course, we want to be 100% sure. So if you bear with me here for a moment, I'm going to check that out, and I will tell you here just a second if that is right or wrong or what's going on with it. If I can get my silly iPad to cooperate with me, that is. I'll tell you. Okay, here we go. Let's find out about the Cincinnati Royals. So the Cincinnati Royals in 1971 moved to Kansas City, and they were the Kansas City Omaha Kings, then the Kansas City Kings. Then in 1985, they moved to Sacramento and became the Sacramento Kings. So, yep, that's pretty much what we thought there. So this being the old Cincinnati Royals goes to the current name of that franchise, the Sacramento Kings, with the Oscar Robertson 210. Then we had Rondé Hollis Jefferson for the Nets. That one was numbered to 25. Nice Jerry West to 25 coming out for the Lakers. Jarrett Allen to 5 for the Nets. Cliff Hagan to 25 for the Atlanta Hawks. Then it was Bernard King to 25 for the Knicks. Rolando Blackman to 15 for the Dallas Mavericks. And this really nice dual relic here for Embiid and Ben Simmons, numbered to 15 for the 76ers. Our diamond chip, of course, headed to the Milwaukee Bucks, numbered to 20 with the Greek Freak. And our other encased card was Kyrie Irving, numbered to 2 for the Boston Celtics. So there you go, guys. That is break number 1 of Flawless Basketball. The back half of that case we're going to open up tomorrow night. So this is going to bring us next into another release that came out today, and that would be Topps High Tech. As soon as I can get our spreadsheet set up again, we'll take a look at that and roll on down the line here. So you probably saw this a minute ago. If for some reason you didn't see it a minute ago, please take a moment of your time and glance up there. It gives you information about both your anticipated shipping date and about consolation cards if it should happen that your team is not pulled or doesn't pull any cards. Now, here's something else, some more news to use. I didn't realize this until tonight after the breaks had already ended. Guess what? We have some teams in here with no hits in the product. So I contacted those bidders, of course, and canceled their order before they paid for it. That was the Tigers, the Padres, and the Giants. As many of you know, if you've bid with me before, I do not typically list a team that doesn't have any cards at all in a product. Obviously, if I had realized that those cards didn't have anything, I wouldn't have listed them, but we listed them days ago, and there you go. So I found out tonight it was too late to end the auction at that point, so I just contacted the bidders individually. We voided those sales, and then I will go into eBay and try to get our other auctions ended, because I already have break number 2 and break number 3 listed. So if you have bid on one of those teams and one of those breaks, please know that I am going to have to cancel those listings too. Yeah, because there's no cards in there. All right, Greg, you said how long ago, which team? Which are you asking me about? The Royals? Gosh, it was whatever. I've already forgotten. I read the dates off on that when I was checking it out. But I don't remember exactly what it was. Did I leave it open on the other tab? Yeah. So the Royals were they were the Cincinnati Royals. They were first the Rochester Royals. Then they moved to Cincinnati in 1957. Then, hang on a minute. Then I've got to scroll back down to tell you the rest of it again. Then in 1971, they moved to Kansas City and became the Kansas City Omaha Kings, and then later changed that to just say Kansas City Kings. Then in 1985 is when they moved to Sacramento and became the Sacramento Kings, which of course is the franchise name that we now know them under. So there is your pretty much your complete history there of the Cincinnati Royals. Okay, so high tech. We have got 40 cards per box. We're going to find 2 autographs in each box. So we're going to have a total of 24 autograph hits coming out. And of course, whatever 40 times 12 is, so 480 cards, I guess, in the total break, but 24 of them are going to be autographs in here. And this is going to be very similar to what we looked at for Bowman High Tech. A different checklist, obviously, and some different inserts and things, but a similar kind of sense about the way the cards look. Okay, Matlock, you're looking for a Nolan Ryan in the Rangers. Okay, well, that's fairly specific. We'll see if we can't make that shake out and see what we can find for you. So, of course, there are all different types of patterns in here. I do not know all of the pattern names. I'm the first one to tell you that I don't know all the pattern names. Just don't somehow ever get them committed to memory. This one, however, is numbered. It is numbered to 50. And so there, Chris Bryant and the Cubbies, sorry, out with our first numbered card tonight. You guys have to forgive me. My throat is a little out of whack here today, so I apologize in advance for any coughing and throat clearing and hemming and hawing. Here's another one numbered to 50. That one is Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers. Behind that, we have Greg Allen, numbered to 25. We've got a little orange action coming out for the Indians, and I think that sleeve just bit the dust. So we'll get us a new one. How about that? And then we have Anthony Banda for the Tampa Bay Rays, numbered to 99. Coming up on an autograph here, and that is Paul DeYoung and the Cardinals. And behind that, we have a hit for the Blue Jays, Justin Smoke, numbered to 50. A Cody Bellinger numbered to 150 for the Dodgers. And then I think we're back to our regularly scheduled programming after that. So, of course, obviously, like the jumbo packs we do and some of the other Topps products, they like to collect all of our hits right there in one little spot when we're doing high tech. And that's fine with me. So that's all of your numbered cards and our autographs are together. Once again, there are going to be a variety of patterns throughout there. Some of them, of course, more easily found than others. So I don't know about where you guys live, but man, it has been pouring rain here. So they had moved trick-or-treating here to last night in advance of the forecast, thinking that it was going to be some nasty weather tonight, and man, they were not kidding. It has been coming down. So all of our trick-or-treaters were last night. Nobody on actual Halloween, which is weird. There's an Aaron Judge numbered to 10 for the Yankees. Max Scherzer, that one is numbered to 99 for the Nationals. Okay, Matlock, you says it's been pouring all day in Dayton too. Then we have Gleyber Torres. This is numbered 250 for the New York Yankees. And right behind it, wow, there's another Torres. This one's numbered to 99. That's a Gleyber Torres kind of moment there, wasn't it? Next up is Justin Smoke for the Blue Jays. We already had an autograph for him. Guess what? You have a bookend for Smoke if you have the Blue Jays. Behind that, Chipper Jones. Oh, and it is to 25. Chipper Jones orange for the Atlanta Braves. Woohoo! I like that hit, kids. Yes, I do. If you've got the Braves, that's a good one. Justin Smoke apparently is going to be prevalent in this set. There's another one. That one's numbered to 150. I guess we're going to see him a lot, aren't we? Caleb, you're asking if there are legends in these. For sure there are. I mean, Chipper Jones that just went by was one of them, as a matter of fact. Yeah, Topps High Tech, unlike Bowman High Tech, of course, which is concentrating on our farm system, our prospects, and our newly minted rookies. Here in Topps High Tech, you can find about anything. You can find, well, you don't find prospects really, mostly. You're going to find active players, retired veteran players, rookies, kind of a hodgepodge of things in Tops High Tech. Greg, you said it's a nice day where you are. You're about the only one, I think. Caleb says it's raining where he is, too, in Dallas. Nice weather in Pennsylvania, Greg. It's going to come up your way, I bet. It usually hits here and then goes up your way. My sister lives in Pennsylvania, so we usually get the weather a couple of days ahead of her, and then it catches up and all goes on from there. That's a Bryce Harper. I don't know the name of that pattern, but I can tell you that that's not a pattern that we hit super often. Does it tell us the name of the pattern? Would I be that lucky? Sounds like Chandler Bing, doesn't it? From Friends. Could I be that lucky? I don't think I am that lucky. But anyway, I don't think that particular pattern, I don't know. It wasn't numbered, but I don't think it's common pattern. Numbered to 50, there is Rizzo for the Cubbies. Justin Smoke again. Are you kidding me? This one is numbered to 25, orange for the Blue Jays, and that's like, what, the 4th or 5th Justin Smoke? 2 of them autographed already, a bunch of numbered. That's just all kind of crazy, but anyway. My man, Johnny Bench, numbered to 99 for the Cincinnati Reds. Hey guys, I saw a headline pop by me earlier, like right as I was logging on, and I did not get a chance to see the whole headline. I just saw something about Willie McCovey, and Willie McCovey's kind of old now. Did Willie McCovey die? Does anybody know? Is that what that headline was telling me? Did Willie McCovey pass away today or tonight? Scott Kingery, Philadelphia Phillies autograph. Behind that is Mr. Noah Syndergaard. That is numbered to 10. Nice hit for the Mets. Yeah, he did pass away. Oh, man. I hate that. We'd like Willie McCovey. Paul DeYoung to 150 St. Louis Cardinals. Then we have a little Clayton Kershaw coming out. They're not numbered, but again, I'm going to say probably a pattern that we don't see a whole lot, much like for the Bryce Harper. And then we're back to basics after that, it looks like. So, of course, you know, I always like high tech. I don't order as much of it because it's more expensive than Bowman high tech, like as in twice as much, maybe a little more than twice as much that Bowman high tech costs, Tops high tech costs. And somehow or another, I don't know, I end up always kind of going into the hole when I break Tops high tech. And I shouldn't laugh because, you know, it's not smart business to break things when you know you're going to probably lose money on them. But you know what? I like Tops High Tech. So I always think, every year I think, oh, no, it's going to do better this year. And usually, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just doesn't get as much love. But anyway, I did still buy us a handful of cases of it, and we're going to have some fun with it. And I expect we'll get some nice hits as we go along here. Oh, shoot, Martin, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to give you the total on that, didn't I, on those teams you were picking up. And I just started right on, didn't I? Forgot all about it. I will, it was the Mariners and the Reds, Martin, and together they were $42. Are you cool with that? If you are, then I will cancel this order on here. You and I will worry about settling up the money later because I forgot to do that part. And if you're not, that's fine because I forgot to, you know, tell you that before we started this. So you just let me know, Martin, what you want to do. It is the Mariners in this break and the Reds in the next break is what is in play. So Jose Altuve with potentially a pattern that's maybe not as common. Then we have numbered to 50. It's Dwight Gooden for the Yankees. Okay, Martin, you're cool with that? All right, yeah. So the Mariners in here and the Reds in Bowman Chrome. And what I am going to do is go ahead right now and get that canceled up. And Martin, do you happen to still have, by chance, my email address? Or do you want me to invoice you for this later? Whichever way is fine. If you still have it and you want to send it, or you want me to type it in and you want to send it, that's cool. If you'd rather me invoice it, that's cool too. Chris Bryant and the Cubbies, numbered to 25 with a little orange action. And I'm going to fix the spreadsheet real quick here to reflect that too, just so that I know what's going on with it. So bear with me for 1 second, and we're going to make this second chance all official on the spreadsheet for both of those. So the Mariners in high tech, and then the Reds in Bowman Chrome. Let's get rolling over here. Put that in. Yay, life is good. Yeah, see how excited I was to get into Topps Chrome? Like, I forgot. I just forgot to go do, like, all of that. Because I've been like, ooh, yay, I get to open it finally. It's been here all day. I've been, like, totally trying to... I've been wanting to break it all day. It's been killing me. Francisco Mejia to 99 for the Cleveland Indians. Then we have, next up, a Francisco Mejia autograph for the Cleveland Indians. So, how about that? Jeff Bagwell and the Astros to 75. That's a nice one for Houston. Greg, Flawless. You had 7 teams in there. I know, like, what? I knew you had a lot of teams. I wondered where you were. There's Andrew Benintendi to 150 for the Red Sox. So, Greg, there's 2 things I can tell you about it. One is that shortly after the break finishes, YouTube will publish an archived version of the break, okay? So, like, they automatically save and archive a version of the break. Well, not a version of the break. And that part will be ready to view usually within an hour or 2 after the break's over. They do something called processing, whatever that is. When they finish that, that one's ready to view. Then sometime between, tonight and tomorrow late afternoon, I will post the uploaded version. The only difference between what I upload and what YouTube archives and saves is that when I upload it, I do add the tags and the titles to make it easier to find and search and that sort of thing. That's the absolute only difference between those two. So you would be able to do it either way. Martin, I will invoice you. That is no problem, my friend. We will get that taken care of a little bit later. You and I have done that before, so we won't worry about that right at this moment, and I'll get you squared away later, provided you are okay with that. Robin's here. Hi, Robin. Have we had any Mets autographs? Yeah, I think we did, actually. This is numbered to 99. It's Nick Williams for the Phillies. And then we have Wade Boggs. That is numbered to 50 for the Yankees. Next up, Tyler Mahle, Cincinnati Reds to 25 with a little orange parallel there for my Cincinnati Reds. Carlos Correa to 99, green parallel for the Astros. Then it is Jordan Montgomery for the Yankees. Okay, Matlock, Martin picked up tonight the Mariners in here. And Smoke is a Toronto Blue Jay. Now, Martin might have the Toronto Blue Jays that he bought on his own. He might. Oh, yeah, he said that. He says, I do have the Blue Jays. Okay, yeah, so he does have them. That is too funny. Kansas City Royals, Whit Merrifield to 99. You guys telling him to use them as coasters. That's so wrong. That's to 150. That's Jordan Montgomery for the New York Yankees. And, of course, we are going to recap this later, Robin. After we look at all the cards, we'll go back through and take a look at our numbered cards and our autograph cards. So if you want to get a look at your hit and see it live and in person without having to wait for the upload, of course, you'll be able to see it in the recap, which we'll hit here shortly. Gina, there were 2 unpaid teams. Martin picked them both up. It was the Mariners here in high tech and the Cincinnati Reds in Bowman Chrome. And Martin came in and bought them both all in one fell swoop so that we didn't have to, hold things up trying to get that taken care of tonight. Those are the only unpaid teams from that one bidder. Everybody else, thank you so much for not making me have to chase down a bunch of stuff, because I can't tell you, we've had that going on all month. It's been weird. This is numbered to 99, Nolan Arenado and the Colorado Rockies. Chance Sisco, numbered to 25, Orioles with an orange parallel. Behind that, we find Corey Seager, numbered to 50 for the Dodgers. Here comes an autograph for my Cincinnati Reds with Tyler Mahle. Greg, you're asking if any of those teams got a hit in Flawless tonight. Let me think about this. Grizzlies, no. Pelicans, no. Wizards, no. I don't think the Nuggets. I don't think the Pacers or the Clippers. I don't think any of those did, Greg. I don't think so, that I'm remembering. And it looks like Martin's saying the same. He doesn't think so either. I'm sorry about that, Greg. Daggone it. We can't get you going, can we? This is numbered to 50, Victor Robles and the Washington Nationals. Behind that is Andujar. That's a nice one, to 150 for the New York Yankees. And then the rest are unnumbered with a variety of patterns as we go through. And of course, there are websites that will tell you all of these pattern names. And if I didn't have such a poor, old, tired brain, I could probably remember them. But sadly, I do have a poor, old, tired brain, and it can't remember them all. Gina, you said you need to get a better job because you got outbid on all your teams. Oh, Gina, I'm sorry. And you got one of your teams was the Mariners. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, I hate to be like this, but anymore, when I see somebody show up with like these low feedbacks, anything less than, really even less than 100, you just kind of have to go, And lately, almost everybody that showed up with a 0 or a 1 has not paid me. And of course, I let the one guy slide because he kept emailing me, oh, I'm at work and I live in Kentucky too, and blah, 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 and I, stupidly believed him. He stiffed me for almost $200. So we don't do that anymore. Numbered to 99, it is Roger Clemens for the Red Sox. Here's another Corey Seager. This is an orange parallel to 25 for the Dodgers. Behind that, someone asked for Nolan Ryan. This isn't an autograph, but you do have your Texas Rangers Nolan Ryan to 50. For those of you who asked for that, someone did. Caleb says the Reds are doing you right, and Kay Matlock says he's a season ticket holder and they always do him wrong. J.D. Davis and the Astros is an autograph hit there. We have a redemption as our other autograph hit. We're not going to flip it till the end of the break because I'm mean that way. This is Darryl Strawberry to 150 for the Mets. Oh, Greg, I know. I was hoping that Flawless would bail you out too, man. That is a rough one. I mean, Flawless is a double-edged sword in that when you hit, you make great money on the cards from Flawless, but of course, there are not a lot of cards in that box. So it's harder to hit, but when you do hit it, it pays off quite well. So, that's one of those high risk, high reward kind of products that are just, you never know what way they're going to go, frankly. You never know how you're going to end up in Flawless. National Treasures, we usually break in a larger quantity, and it also has more cards per box, so it's a little easier to hit. Or, of course, something like this where you have other alternatives as well with numbered cards plus autographs and, larger case sizes and all that. So Icasa says that's a Rizzo redemption, huh? Did you have good eyes and you saw that when it was under there? Because I didn't even see it. I literally flipped it over without looking at it myself. So you might have had eagle eyes and spotted it through there already. Is that the deal, Icasa? Or are you just making an educated guess based on other things you've seen come out today? Wade Boggs to 99 comes out for the Yankees on a parallel. Roger Clemens in the Red Sox, orange parallel to 25. Oh, Icasa, it is an educated guess, huh, based on other breaks. Well, we'll see if you're right here shortly. Shohei Ohtani, that one is numbered to 50 for the Angels. We have an autograph hit for Brian Dozier coming out for the Minnesota Twins. Behind that, we have a little green parallel numbered to 99, Nicky Delmonico and the White Sox. Paul Goldschmidt to 150 for the D-backs. And yeah, now we're back to reality, back to the basics here. Well, it's all reality, but you know what I mean. We're back to the unnumbered part of our pack at this juncture. I do like the way they package Bowman High Tech. You just open one pack and it's all in there, and it's much more of a time-saving configuration. Yeah, Gina, I'm with you. I like High Tech. As I told you guys, I buy it every year. I lose money on it almost every year because it is priced twice as high, over twice as high as Bowman High Tech. But the bids never go twice as high as the bids go for Bowman High Tech. But I buy it every year anyway because I do like it. I think it's kind of an awesome product. And I don't know why other people don't like it as much as I do. But I like it anyway. Rafael Devers, green parallel to 99 for the World Series winning Boston Red Sox. Chris Bryant and the Cubbies numbered to 50. Behind that is Yadier Molina, who split my sleeve there. Green parallel to 99, St. Louis Cardinals. Austin Hayes with an autograph hit for the Orioles. And I believe that was all my sleeves. I got to put some more sleeves out on the table. What's happening here? Ah, Caleb, you've got a couple of autographs already. Well, that's the kind of way to go for it, right? It's always good, you know. It's always good when there's two hits on the board for you already, and we still have boxes left to look through. That is numbered to 75, Noah Syndergaard in the Mets. That's the second Syndergaard coming out for the Mets, I believe. Mark McGwire for the Cardinals to 150. Robin, there is absolutely more Topps High Tech tomorrow night and more Flawless basketball as well. I'll put that spreadsheet up again in a moment after we do the break. We can take a look at that again. That tells you when everything's coming up in the days ahead. Not a ton of stuff breaking over the next 4 or 5 days. Because I've got to get caught up on all this base card heavy stuff that still has to get out the door. B, because I've got friends and family in town this weekend for Breeders' Cup, for the races, and I'm going to be tied up and not have very much time Saturday or Sunday to sort like I would typically. So we're going to take it easy in terms of volume for a couple of days to kind of get things back on track before we get geared up for all the massive amount of stuff they're going to dump on us in the next 6 weeks. Gina, you know what? Kentucky, Georgia, I go back and forth on that. If we are playing all right, let's break that down into 2 parts. First of all, our defense can absolutely give Georgia a game because our defense is fantastic this year, and they have won a lot of our games for us. For our offense, it depends on which Terry Wilson shows up. The one who throws interceptions and gets sacked and, makes poor decisions, or the one that leads the last second drive down the field and throws the winning touchdown after time, on the untimed extra down and wins the game. Scott Kingery and the Phillies, that is numbered to 10. A-Rod to 99 for the Mariners. Hey, hey. So we got you a numbered A-Rod there, at least, Martin, for your time and trouble of picking up the Mariners. So hopefully we'll find you something else too, but at the very least we have you that. Sandy Alcantara, that is numbered to 50 for the Marlins. Then we have to 99, Charlie Blackmon and the Rockies. Oh, Robin, for sure. If we could get you a DeGrom in here, that would be a nice pairing. I wouldn't argue with that at all. Oh, Greg, you're just straight out saying George is gonna win. Oh man, you don't even give me any love. That is for the Phillies. It's Aaron, whose last name I always pronounce wrong, Althur or something, maybe not remotely similar to that, but that's what I'm sticking with. Numbered to 99, that's Scott Kingery and the Phillies. There's Mr. Rizzo to 150 for the Cubbies. Yeah, Gina, I know UK's offense is concerning. I mean, honestly, that's our running game, of course, is fantastic. But we've got to be able to, first of all, you can't give the ball to Benny Snell every single time. We're going to break the guy down and just, he's going to drop over one day. Secondly, if you want to give him any chance, they've got to think occasionally you have the ability to throw the ball. And Terry Wilson has not been very consistent with that. So I don't really know. We're going to have a good game offensively to beat them, for sure. Defensively, I'm not worried about that. I think we'll be able to hold them, limit them to a certain extent. And it is at home. It is here in Lexington, so maybe. So that's part of the reason that I really don't know if I want to go to the Breeders' Cup races, which is where I'm supposed to be with all my friends and family. Because I really want to watch that game. I know, isn't that awful? But if we win it, oh man, I would hate to miss seeing it live. Of course, if we lose it, then I'd be like, oh, why didn't I go to the races? That's the great catch-22 of it all, isn't it? The wondering what will happen. That was another redemption that I just pulled out of there and stacked up in our housekeeping area. This is numbered to 99, and it is for the it is for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It was Jordan Luplow. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers, number to 25, orange parallel. MJM Flawless is already gone with the wind. We already finished that one. It's a quick break, The Pirates numbered to 50. That's Luplow again. Hey, Aaron, you're asking me. Yeah, we started at 9:30, right? 9:30 Eastern, which is 6:30 Pacific, and I don't know the other time zones, but I guess it would just go backwards, right? So it would be like 9:30, 8:30, 7:30, 6:30, depending on which time zone you're in. Alex Verdugo and the Dodgers. And MJM, there were Nets, and Aaron, there were Celtics. This is Whit Merrifield to 150 for the Kansas City Royals. And then we're back to our unnumbered cards on from here. Latchman, how are you, sir? Oh, you took your grandkids out tonight. Did you go for trick-or-treating, I'm assuming? Hopefully they got some good candy, right? Not the houses that give the yucky candy that no one wants. Hopefully they knocked on the door of the good houses. That's how we always were as kids. We knew exactly which houses would give out like the really good candy and which ones you're like, I could skip that one. Kids, we were awful, weren't we? Weren't we all that way? I think we probably were. So this is our last pack, which represents our last box of Topps High Tech out of this case. So you know what that means? It is last box mojo time. Collectively working our mojo to try to pull out the fire and bring the heat out of our last box. First up, it's Andrew Stevenson, numbered to 10 for the Nationals. Latchman said the bags were heavy. They made you carry the bags too? Oh man, that's harsh. You had to take them and carry all the candy. Yeah, I would have eaten half of it probably. Wouldn't have been so heavy by the time I got done with it. Jack Flaherty to 99, St. Louis Cardinals. Giancarlo Stanton to 50, New York Yankees. Behind that, we have another Yankee with Dwight Gooden, numbered to 99. And behind that, how about Dwight Gooden again, but with a little ink this time, Yankees? Yes, indeed. You have a Dwight Gooden autograph. I like that. And then we have Dustin Fowler to 75 for the Oakland A's. Icasa, you said that our last box mojo, that the mojo should go into the redemptions, huh? Yeah, well, maybe. Bernie Williams to 150. That one was also a Yankee. And Wolf Beef. Wow, what is happening right there? Okay, that, you see that? What is that? That is some kind of substance attached to the card. It's like a silky sort of thread. Obviously, I pulled off the bigger piece of it, but there's more of it attached here, all down in the corner of that Cody Bellinger card. So, like, what that is, I'm not sure. That's really weird. I guess it's obviously something they use in the making of the card, but I've never seen that before, so that was interesting. So be aware of that. When that Cody Bellinger card comes to you, that's whatever that is on the corner. I'm not going to attempt to scrape it off or scratch it off. You might be able to remove it. Since it's an acetate card, you probably will be able to. But I wasn't going to attempt to do anything other than pull off the big long piece of whatever that was. Okie dokie, kids. Let's take a moment here to get lined up for our recap, and then we've got to flip over a couple of redemptions. We're probably going to know the teams for both of these, but we will still go to the Topps website and verify them because that's just how we roll around here. Okay. Gina, you saw a kid with a full pillowcase of candy pulling it in a wagon. Oh my gosh. That must have been a seriously heavy deal. Okay, so let's see who is our first hit up. Molina with a Portrait Tech autograph. Yadier Molina should be a St. Louis Cardinal. It's not going to tell us on the Topps website what it's numbered to, unlike the Panini website. But as I said, we will still go verify the team. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, why stop at one Molina if you can have two? Man, I hate when they do that. When you get two redemptions and they're the same player, that just irritates me. Now, if you have the Cardinals, I realize that didn't irritate you at all. You're like, woohoo, yeah, that's awesome. But if you're anybody else, man, that is annoying when they give you the same player on both the redemptions. Hate when they do that. All right, let's see here if I can get our Topps website up. Bear with me a moment while I bring that website up. I'm going to bring you along with me here, and let's pull up our checklist. And I mean, we know he's a St. Louis Cardinal, but you also know that, yeah, I'm coming over here to verify it. So that's what we're going to do right now. One was a Portrait Tech and one was a base autograph. So, well, it's going to be the same player for both, of course, but nonetheless, we'll look it up. So here's Molina on the Portrait Tech, obviously St. Louis Cardinals. Then our base autograph parallel is the next one. There he is again, obviously St. Louis Cardinals again. So both of those all nice and verified and locked and loaded. So let's go ahead and recap. A redemption for Molina, base card autograph for the Cardinals. A redemption for, oh look at that, Molina for a Portrait Tech autograph. Then we have all of our numbered cards. There's lots of them. The blue ones are to 150. The green ones are to 99. The black ones are to 50. The red ones are to 10. The orange ones are to 25. So as we go through here, you can just tell by the color what you're going to be numbered to. Isn't that handy? Thank you, Topps, for that. Making our lives easy. That is one thing I do like about Topps, you know. You can always just, in any series, you can look at it and go, yeah, green's going to be to 99. I do like that. Orange is going to be to 25. Gold, which we don't have any in here, I don't think, but gold is, did we have a gold? It's to 50 if we do have one, but I don't think we did. So, of course, after we look through our numbered cards without autographs, then momentarily we're going to take a little spin through our autograph hits as well. Oh, that's to 50, so that must be what we're calling gold. That doesn't look all that gold to me, but it is to 50, so our other ones were more black that were to 50, so I guess that took the place of the gold in here. Desiree, you said you were in a break on another site. You hit 2 Yachty autos as well. Isn't that weird? Like, what in the world were they thinking? That's just terrible randomizing. Couldn't get the word out. Dustin Fowler to 75, Oakland A's. Of course, we already saw our 2 Molina redemptions. Dwight Gooden for the Yankees. Alex Verdugo and the Dodgers. To 99, it was Scott Kingery and the Phillies. Alan Altherr for the Phillies. Scott Kingery again for the Phillies. It's like a little Phillies parade there, but that one was numbered to 10. Noah Syndergaard and the Mets, that one to 75. Austin Hayes for the Orioles. Nicky Delmonico to 99 for the White Sox. Brian Dozier and the Twins. J.D. Davis, Astros. Victor Robles, numbered to 50 for the Nationals. Tyler Mahle, Cincinnati Reds. Whit Merrifield, Kansas City Royals to 99. Jordan Montgomery, Yankees. Jeff Bagwell for the Astros to 75. I think that's a pretty cool hit. Francisco Mejia for the Indians. Numbered to 10, Noah Syndergaard for the Mets. That's a nice one. Scott Kingery. Phillies really cleaned up in here, didn't they? I didn't realize how many hits the Phillies had till we did the sort. Chipper Jones to 25. I love that for the Braves. I know, Braves, you probably wanted Acuna and Ozzie and some of your, young guys, but I love that Chipper Jones, and to 25 just as the icing on the cake. Justin Smoke and the Blue Jays, followed by, Justin Smoke and the Blue Jays, but that one is numbered to 50 on the second one. And then there's Paul DeYoung for the Cardinals to wrap us up. We did have one. Hang on a minute. Where did I put it? That one. There's your pattern. That's the one called Captain America, right? I think it's that pattern that you're asking me about. And if it is, there it is with Clayton Kershaw. And if that's not the one you were asking me about, then sorry, I don't know all the pattern names. But there was that pattern, this one for Bryce Harper that I don't think is super common, and I don't think this Jose Altuve is super common either. So those 3 I set aside for that reason. I don't really, you guys know I'm not good with remembering all the pattern names for this. I already freely admit that, but I think that's what you were asking about, right? Gina? Maybe, possibly. Maybe. Okay, so we're going to be heading into some Bowman Chrome. Let me get that together here. And go on along the way. Okay, let's get our spreadsheet set back up here. And, oh, you know what? We need to take a spin through. Let's do this. Okay, so this is an update to the high-tech spreadsheet that I saw earlier because I had forgotten to go in and note the change there for the Mariners. That's right here. That team was unpaid and picked up on a second chance offer by Martin. So I'm just, we didn't show that a moment ago. I had still had the old information in there. So Martin, that shows you with the Mariners in the break we just completed. We're going to be heading into Bowman Chrome, but before we scroll all the way through that, let's take a look at this again. So our paid shipping breaks, high-tech that we just finished, Bowman Chrome that we're getting ready to start. Looking at both of those to probably get out the door around Tuesday. I know that's a little slower than normal, guys. As I said, I've got friends and family in this weekend, so I'm not going to get as much work done as normal. And I have a lot of base card heavy stuff ahead of you. So Tuesday's the best I can do to project out on that. Flawless Basketball, of course, was a free shipping break. Those are always projected to go out roughly 7 days, 6 to 7 days after an auction ends. So that is the info you need to know about the shipping. And, of course, consolation card information you can read about right there on the screen as well. And let me know if you have any questions. 12-box case of 2018 Bowman Chrome. This is a full case break. It is break number 8. This is the last of the hobby. We're going to be starting the next break we do is going to be starting with the HTA. And I just remembered somebody wanted to see that schedule rundown, so I'll put that up in a minute after we look at this, okay? So once again, Cincinnati Reds belong to that same non-paying bidder originally. They have been picked up on a second chance offer by Martin. So that is there to reflect that on our spreadsheet. And then someone wanted to see this, right? Yeah, so here's our schedule. So yes, tomorrow night is a full case of the Leaf Autograph full-size football helmets, along with more Flawless Basketball. Oh, actually, we don't do Thursday night. It's not high-tech again. It's Prism Football. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. I thought it was tomorrow night, but it isn't. It's Friday night. And then Friday night will be 4th and Goal, along with Flawless Basketball and high-tech baseball again. Nothing on Saturday. That's an off night. On Sunday, we'll do the Gold Rush Gem Mint Series 2. And we'll do more Topps High Tech on Sunday. Monday is Leaf Best of Baseball. And Mondays when we'll start the Bowman Chrome HTA, which is also some people call Jumbo. And it is all autographs. There are no base cards in Bowman HTA. It's all autographs, and there will be 3 per box for a total of 36 autograph hits in that break. And no nasty base cards to deal with. How about that? Oh, yeah, we like that. We like it. All right, let's get this case up here and get these boxes out. And then we're going to be going all the way around. Oh, so that wasn't the name of a pattern, Gina? Okay, see, I saw the... I saw the kind of like red, white, and blue sort of shield in behind Clayton Kershaw on that. So I thought maybe that pattern was called Captain America, since that's what you were asking about. Freely admit, don't know all those pattern names. So I didn't know you were, that really wasn't a pattern name. So sorry. I thought that's one you were asking about. I guess I should I should print that out and try to match them up and remember them. I know that I should, and I say the same thing every time for Bowman High Tech as well. It's a lot of different patterns, and I always get them mixed up in my head, so I usually just don't call the pattern names as we go. Because also, yeah, there's, every card is patterned, so we'd be calling a pattern name, 400 and something times in that break. So, Bowman Chrome, we have 2 mini boxes in each master box. Each of our mini boxes will have an autograph in it. So that means our master box has 2 autographs in it. Now, could they have packaged this easier so that we didn't have to take so flipping long to get everything out? Why, yes, they could have. They could have saved a tree and made everyone's life dramatically easier if they had packaged this a little differently. But they like to keep us busy over there at Bowman. They like to make sure we have plenty of things to work on. So that's what happens. Everything comes like this in mini boxes and packs and yada, 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 yada. All right, come on out of there. Man, these packs are trying to argue with me and stay in the box. But we'll be having none of that. They all got to get out of there. Because this is the last of it before we switch to the HTA. At least I believe it's the last of it. It's the last of it I've seen, anyway. That's the key right there, because you know there's always stuff floating around that I don't remember that I have or that I forget about, and it just sits until I find it, and yeah. It's always fun. Hopefully once we get past next week, I can start doing getting some of those things sorted out, and we can go back through and break some of those odds and ends cases and boxes and whatnot. So Bowman Chrome, we are going to find a lot of things. One of them will be this. This is a base refractor, and our base refractors with no color on them are just simply numbered to 499. That was Sisto Sanchez for the Phillies, who's one of their nicer prospects. Out of our first mini box, we have a Charcer Burks autograph on a first Bowman for the Cubbies. We'll find a lot of different inserts, or a handful of different inserts. Peaks of Potential is one of them. That one has Joe Adell on it. All of the Peaks of Potential that you see are refractors. All of the Arizona Fall League inserts that we find are also going to be refractors. Bowman Sterling Continuity, this one is Aaron Judge for the Yankees, and you got it. All of those are going to be refractors, and those also fall on average about once a master box. Every once in a while, you might have a master box that doesn't have one, and every once in a while, you might have a master box that has more than one. But for the most part, those Bowman Sterling Continuity are going to come out at roughly one per master. Here's our first color of the night, and it is Tim Beckham for the Orioles. That one is numbered to 250. Now, there's a couple of different purples, right? This is the purple without the shimmer. So when we have purple no shimmer, like these two, they are numbered to 250. The last one was numbered on the back. This one for the Indians is numbered on the front. So they like to keep us hopping in terms of tracking stuff down. That was the Indians. There is also a purple shimmer, which is numbered differently than our straight up purple. This is Enyel de los Santos for the Phillies. It is a first Bowman autograph. So that's both of our autographs that we're looking for out of master box number 1. And what else? It's been a while since we've opened Bowman Chrome, so I'm trying to think what I have forgotten to tell you. So this is an example, of course, of the purple shimmer that I was referencing earlier. You can see those are numbered to 655. So the non-shimmer purple to 250, the shimmer purple to 655. And I need to rearrange something over here. Bear with me for a second, please. I'm going to create a little bit of extra space on my sorting mat over here to make sure that I've got plenty of room to keep all of our Bowman Chrome happy and in line. So we need to find something in here for like Halloween, right? We need a trick-or-treat type reward. We need to find some kind of, we need to find a one-of-one or a huge card worth like thousands of dollars. Because it's Halloween and I think we're owed that, don't you? I know, we're not owed anything, but it would sure be nice to find one. Ironhead, you said out of 15 cases, you've yet to see a Brewers autograph. Oh, no, we've had Brewers autographs in here, haven't we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. We've even had Marlins autographs in here, and Marlins come out of here less frequently, I think, than the Brewers do. We've had Marlins come out a time or two. I'm pretty sure we've seen Brewers along the way somewhere. Who's on your autograph checklist in here? Just virtually certain we've hit Brewers in here. Martin, you said you're okay with no Brewers coming out? Do you not like the Brewers, Martin? Only on inserts. Yeah, so that means they're going to fall not nearly as commonly. I really think we've had a Brewer out of here, I'm pretty sure. I don't ever remember, well, I guess it could have been that we had just inserts or base cards or something that weren't autographs, but I've always had cards to ship to the Brewers. I don't remember offhand any time we didn't at least pull some cards for them. Justin Upton to 250 for the Angels. But that could be maybe more with what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I don't know. You guys know my memory is very short term sometimes on these sorts of things. Andrew Stevenson to 499 for the Nationals with a nice little base rookie refractor. Oh, Martin, you're saying you're okay with hitting Brewers. Okay, I gotcha. Not that you didn't want to hit them, that you do want to hit them. Now I've gotcha. I'm on the page now. A little slow tonight. A little slow. Will Benson to 655 purple shimmer for the Indians. Yeah, Ironhead, I don't know. I felt like we had hit one, but maybe we didn't. Maybe it was just, numbered cards or inserts or something else. Goodness knows, as many cases as I've been through of this, I'm not going to swear to anything on it. Ooh, we're going to have orange backed by gold. I like that. Paul DeYoung, refractor, Cardinals to 25, orange parallel. Behind that, we have a little Dylan Cease to 50 for the White Sox with a gold parallel. I like the orange and gold coming out back to back. And then we have Jake Ring, first Bowman autograph for the Baltimore Orioles. Another Peaks of Potential that went by there. Arizona Fall League. Bowman Sterling Continuity. I'll put those in sleeves later, some of those. That was for the White Sox, and that was Louis Robert on the Bowman Sterling Continuity. Actually, you know what? Let's try to be slightly more efficient there, huh? I guess I could do that. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to getting into the HTA because, of course, everyone knows I love my Bowman, and I like looking at all of it, base and otherwise, but it is kind of refreshing after opening a bunch like this to then get into the HTA with all hits and no base. So I am a bit looking forward to that as well. Yeah, you're wondering, why does she keep showing me the inside of the box? Well, I like to do that so that everyone knows everything's come out of it, and I'm not trying to, leave anything in there. And every once in a while, you'll find a pack stuck in there. Not necessarily of this product, but could be, just as well as any other. Every once in a while, there'll be a pack wedged in behind something, and that's usually when one of us would see it. So that's why you get to see the inside of the empty boxes. But Bowman Chrome, it's always such a hard one. Because you know some of the stuff is good. Some of the current rookies, and we know some stuff is good based on how well our rookies have played. We assume some stuff is going to be really good based on how highly ranked any given prospect is. For the Twins, that's Fernando Romero to 499 with a base refractor. And sometimes we're wrong about the ones we make assumptions about. Sometimes we think a player is going to be really good and they turn out to not show us much. And then we have other players that we don't think are going to be anything that we find out 4 or 5 years down the road are awesome. So that's kind of the fun and yet the challenge of Bowman. Sometimes you think it's a great break and maybe not. Other times you think it's not a great break. Turns out to be. Logan Shore for the A's. But that is why prospecting in baseball is so much fun. It's like playing the stock market, you know. Stock goes up, stock goes down. We'll find out in 5-6 years where we are with some of these guys. Victor Robles in the Nationals, Bowman Sterling continuity. Of course, some of them won't take us 5 or 6 years. Some of them we will know before that. That Jack Flaherty looks awfully short printy, doesn't it? Maybe it's not, but it looks like it is. I don't know. For some reason, that just doesn't look like to me that that's the standard Jack Flaherty autograph and or base card. I mean, and maybe it is, but it kind of standing out to me for some reason. So possibly not. Martin, you said, you love the HTA because, and you hit a Florial? Wow, man, that's nice. You'll have to let us know how that comes back graded. Florial, of course, the great young player for the Yankees. Rafael Devers, that is a base refractor to 499, rookie for the Red Sox. We've got a purple coming out for the Cincinnati Reds. That is numbered to 250. Taylor Trammell. Yeah, hitting a Florial, man, that's a nice hit. Nicky Lopez, numbered to 250, autograph parallel for the Kansas City Royals. Royals have a lot of nice young guys in the pipeline right now. Many of them have been playing here with the Legends, the single A team for the Royals. So while I don't go to those games really, I do. Obviously, we get the news about them, keep up with them that way. You know I love pulling the Russell Wilsons. I just think that's so awesome. That's a purple shimmer to 655 for the Yankees. I still think it is super cool that that they let him play out spring training with the baseball team that drafted him. I just think that's really cool. Because, I mean, think about it, man. If you are, if you're the Seahawks, that's a lot of money you're letting, you know, run around out there and potentially get injured playing another sport. So I thought it was pretty cool that they let him play in spring training. Aaron, the videos. So here's how that works, guys. There are 2 ways to watch it. One is when the break finishes tonight, probably within an hour or 2 after the break finishes, YouTube will make available their archived version. They automatically save a version that posts to the channel, okay? And that takes some time to process as well. But usually, I would say within an hour or 2 after the completion of the break, that one is available to watch. It's not going to have a title on it other than it'll just say Leader of the Pack Breaks live stream, but obviously you can look at the date on it and see that it's the most recent. Outside of that, I will do the upload sometime between now and tomorrow afternoon or early evening. And the only difference between the upload and the version that YouTube saves is, of course, I go in and add tags and titles. That's just to make it easier to find if you want to go back and reference it at some later point. Much easier to find it that way, right? So that's the only difference between the version that you can watch and as soon as you know, that breaks over and YouTube does its thing, and the one that I post. So it's whatever is your preference. Some people prefer to watch it right away. Some people, for whatever reason, prefer to wait until the one with the tags and titles go up, but it'll be the exact same video in either case. Evan Steele to $499 for the Kansas City Royals on a base refractor. For the Nats, it is Seth Romero autograph. And did I tell you guys the other day that I ordered a little bit of Topps Chrome Sapphire? There's an Ozzie Albies Bowman Sterling continuity. It was a Topps online exclusive, and it sold out pretty quickly. I mean, it sold out within a matter of a couple of hours. So not instantly, but yet quickly. And I could have ordered more than I did, but honestly, I hadn't had time to look at the checklist or anything. I had forgotten about it. And someone texted me, oh, did you remember that the Sapphire went on sale? And I was like, oh my gosh. So I just like ran and bought it really quickly without looking at the checklist or anything. That is Hunter Renfroe to $499 for the Padres on a base refractor. And, you know, it was kind of pricey. It was not an inexpensive box of cards, so I did not order a lot. I had a bunch in my cart, and then I'm like, and I took some out, and I didn't order very many. For the Marlins, there is Jorge Guzman. That is a first Bowman, numbered to 150 in the blue parallel. So, the same friend that let me know about the fact that the Topps Chrome Sapphire had gone live on the website texted me today and said, ooh, you know, like fire is coming out of that Topps Sapphire. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait. Like, mine's not here yet, but I hadn't decided if I was going to break it or open it. Now I'm thinking I may have to open it myself. I don't know. That's numbered to 150. It's a Peaks of Potential Corbin Burns, which Panini would call that cracked ice. I believe that Topps calls those atomic refractors, I think. Shane Baz to 655, Purple Shimmer for the Pirates. So I don't know if any of you have seen any Topps Chrome Sapphire opened, or any of you ordered it yourself or whatever. But yeah, Martin, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Apparently, there are some really good hits coming out of it. At least that's what my friend texted me today and told me. And I said, oh man, I should have ordered more. I mean, like, I had it in my cart. And then I just thought, you know, I don't know how many boxes are in a case of this. I don't know. I didn't have time to look at the checklist. I knew if I didn't order it right then, I'd probably miss it and it would be sold out. And so I just kind of panicked and I didn't put in a good quantity. I was like, I must have it right now. But he says that, yeah, there's been really good stuff coming out of it. I'm assuming he's already gotten his. I have not yet gotten mine, at least unless it's out there, you know, somebody stole it off the porch. I don't think I've gotten mine anyway. But we'll see. I guess it should be showing up pretty soon to me. I need to go in and track it, I suppose. Find out where in the heck it is. And when it might grace my doorstep. But I miss a lot of the online stuff because it just sells out so fast. And, you know, it usually goes up in the afternoons when I'm busy sorting and shipping and that sort of thing. And I definitely don't have time to be reloading the top page to find out when something goes live. Because I wanted some of the other Allen and Ginter, you know, the Allen and Ginter X. I tried to get that, and it was sold out. I mean, all the stuff I tried to get was already gone most all year. It's one of the few things I've been able to get. Yeah, I knew it was 3 autographs, and I know that there's a 1 in 4 chance to get a Superfractor out of Sapphire. But you said there are also 5 short prints, the 100 Sapphire cards, which are just Series 1 and 2 in Chrome. Yeah, so obviously the 1 in 4 chance to get a Superfractor is one of the draws, and probably the main draw. And then, of course, 3 autographs per box, nothing to sneeze at either. That is numbered to 150. It's a blue parallel for the Phillies. I did not know that the 100 Sapphire cards were the exact same photography as Series 1 and Series 2, though. So just Series 1 and 2 in a different color, but that's all right. That's still cool. The Tigers with Soto, first Bowman. But I have not had an opportunity to get into any yet. Mine's not here yet, to the best of my knowledge anyway. As I said, unless a porch pirate got it. That is a cracked ice, or I'm sorry, atomic refractor to 150 on a Bowman Sterling Continuity Robert for the White Sox. So, Timothy, what kind of autograph hits have you seen coming out of it? There's Royce Lewis. What have you seen that has been, I mean, are they, what's been coming out the most? Anything hot flying out of that Sapphire? I would hope, anyway. Benintendi, that's to 250 for the Red Sox with a purple parallel. Cardinals, Chase Pender, first Bowman autograph. But some of that stuff, if I could have a little more detail on it, like if I had known, if it had said there are 6 in a case, or 8 in a case, or 10 in a case, or however many were in a case, if they had made that information readily available, I would have probably ordered it in case quantity, and we would have for sure broken it. But when they don't tell you that, then you're kind of just like guessing. Freddie Peralta for the Brewers, and that is purple shimmer to 655. So I just ordered enough that, you know, we could either do a mixer with it, or we could potentially break them together or mix them in, or I might open some and use some for mixers. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see when it gets here, I guess. See how the week shakes out. So we are pretty close to our halfway point. As soon as we look through these that are coming out of wrappers right now, we'll be at our halfway point with 6 down and 6 remaining. So we're not doing too badly on time. Making a dent in it anyway. Alrighty. Here we go with box number 6. Numbered to 499. That is Cody Sedlock base refractor for the Orioles. Get my piles sorted out over there so we can keep things straightened out. Tyler Freeman, Cleveland Indians autograph hit. Oh, I absolutely bet, Martin. Yes, I do. And over the years, I have had some very nice success with playing the horses, especially on big days, although Derby Day is the best day of the year to make money because you have a whole lot of people adding to the mutual pools who are not regular handicappers. Bowman, Sterling Continuity, Rafael Devers. So your odds are, you know, really good, and you can make a lot of money on Derby Day. You can make money on Breeders' Cup Day, too, and I definitely have before, but I've made way more money over the years on Derby than I have Breeders' Cup. Breeders' Cup tends to be a little more specialized, I guess, in terms of who it attracts to the races. So you have a lot more knowledgeable bettors, and it's harder to work the odds in your favor. Josh Harrison to 250. Purple parallel for the Pirates. I just saw that the Pirates weren't picking up his option, by the way. Josh Harrison. Josh and somebody else. Remember who the second player was. Kyle Young, first Bowman, gold parallel, Philadelphia Phillies, autograph to 50. Nice hit if you are the Phillies. Yeah, you know what? I haven't done any handicapping, Martin. When I play serious money, I do my homework, and it definitely makes a big difference. When I am just going to be kind of, hanging out with friends and family and kind of casually betting, I more handicap on the fly, and I'll do it in between races, but I never make as much money there as when I sit down and, do my homework the day before or 2 days before. Garcia, first Bowman, that is the Nationals. It's a green shimmer, and it is numbered to 99. But, yeah, I mean, I have hit, I've hit some very, very, very nice races over the years. Very nice return on investment. Probably my best ROI was an $8 trifecta part wheel that turned into, it's either a $12,000 or a $16,000 trifecta hit. I can't remember which it was. It's the year that Point Given ran 5th, Invisible Ink ran 2nd. Why can't I think of the name of the horse that won that year? Isn't that awful? Point Given was supposed to, he was the favorite. The reason I remember he ran 5th is because if he had gotten up and run 4th, I would have also cashed the superfecta and made a bazillion dollars. Monarchos won it. Invisible Ink ran 2nd. Cannot remember. It was something Indian, maybe. Maybe was it Indian Charlie? I don't remember who ran 3rd. I don't remember who ran 4th either. And then Point Given was 5th. Yeah, that $1 trifecta part wheel, the whole ticket cost me $8. I cashed for 12 or 16,000. And then there was the year, oh, this is a good one. There was a little horse that I watched out at Santa Anita that I happened to really like the way his race played out. He didn't win that day, but I liked his running style, and I thought, I think this horse looks like he would be a good fit for the Derby, running style-wise, if he gets in. And he went on and he raced several more races, and he was kind of, in the mix, but he wasn't really winning very much. He maybe won a race here and there, and he certainly wasn't dominant by any stretch. But I continued to just kind of be convinced that this horse had the right style for the Derby, and I thought he had the right pedigree. And so on Derby Day, when it came time to play, I wheeled him. Now, stupidly, I only wheeled him in the exacta. I started to wheel him in the trifecta. It was going to cost me, I don't know, like $400 or something. And obviously not exactly 400, but in that time frame, in that wheelhouse. This is numbered to 499 for the Braves. It is a base refractor. And the horse was 50 to 1. So I'm thinking, okay, this is my crazy theory. Do I really want to invest that much money? I'm thinking, nah. So I put a win bet on him. Riley Adams, and that is the Blue Jays autograph. And then I wheeled him in the exacta, meaning as long as he ran 1st or 2nd, I was going to cash the exacta. Well, you might remember him. His name is Giacomo, and he won the Derby that year at 50 to 1. And so I made a bunch of money that year, too, because that trifecta exacta, God, what did that thing pay? It was like a lot. It was like 12 grand or something for that alone. It was another one of those where you're like, ooh, that was a good return on investment. So that's kind of the way I play. I don't play the favorites a lot. That says Shohei Ohtani and a Bowman Sterling continuity. But what I like to do, Martin, is find the value. And I'm really good at that part of it. So I find the value in a race, i.e. the overlooked horse, the horse that's going off at much higher odds than I think it should be going off at. And then I play it in exactas and trifectas. And I almost exclusively play exactas and trifectas. Every once in a while, I'll play superfectas. Every once in a while, I'll play straight win bets. To $4.99, that's Ryan McMahon and the Rockies. And then I do play pick threes and pick fours and things as, you know, as things dictate. And I've hit some nice ones of those as well. The Astros to 250. That is a purple parallel Perez. But that's kind of how I play. Most people handicap a little differently. They're looking straight up. This is the winner. This is second. This is third. Okay, well, that's great. And sure, I consider that. But my whole way of playing is really all about finding the value and then playing the value around the other likely finishers. So that's kind of how I roll. Brendan Little, that is Gold Shimmer for the Cubs, and of course it is numbered to 50. But I definitely have had some interesting hits over the years. I took a friend with me one year to the Oaks and Derby weekend, one of my friends from California who had never been to the Derby, and it was after I had moved back here. So I took my friend with me, and it was Oaks Day, and she wasn't having very good luck winning anything. And so I said, well, let's play a pick four. I feel pretty good about this pick four. Because usually for me, I know how I feel about my picks based on how much I spend. So if I have to buy a really expensive ticket, that tells me I'm not feeling very confident if I haven't narrowed it down more than that. If I can play a reasonably priced ticket and feel pretty good about it, then you figure, all right, I'm feeling pretty good with my picks. So I said, well, come on, let's play this pick four, and I'll split it with you. It's $24, you know, $12 a piece. We'll play this and see how it shakes out. So we play it. It culminates with the Oaks. You know, the fourth leg was with the Oaks. So we were live going into the Oaks, had hit the first three legs, but I only had 2 horses in the Oaks. And one of them was like 35 or 40 to 1. And the other one was like 10 to 1 or something. So my friend is like all depressed. She's like, oh man, there's no way that we are going to hit this pick four. Because look at these 2 horses you've tied us to in the Oaks and whatever. I'm like, well, you know, let's just wait and see. So don't you know, my long shot, 30 to 40 to 1, whatever she was, Lemons Forever, comes up. Wins the Oaks, and we end up cashing that pick four ticket for, I don't even remember what, it was several $1,000s. And she got half of it, and she was so excited. It's the most money she'd ever won at the track, and like then I hooked her on horse racing for life, I think. David Peterson to 499. That is the Mets on a base refractor. For the Cubbies, it is Aramis Ademan. That is a first Bowman autograph. And that is Sisto Sanchez, Peaks of Potentials that went by for the Phillies. There's an Arizona Fall League for the Oakland A's, and a Bowman Sterling Continuity Gleyber Torres for the Yankees. So, Martin, do you play? Do you play the horses? I'm guessing you do, since you said you might want some, you wanted some picks. I'm guessing you dip your toes into the horse playing waters. Rafael Devers and the Red Sox, that is numbered to 250. Purple parallel. For the Dodgers, Alex Verdugo. You bet in baseball. Okay, and you always take the teams on streaks. So see, you've got a system too. I always think it's important to kind of establish your identity as a bettor, you know? So you kind of know what your groove is, and you're not just kind of willy-nilly throwing money at everything that moves. I don't really bet sports around here because we don't have a legal way to do it. That's to $6.55 for the Reds with a purple shimmer. And I did have a little local bookie for a while, and And I used to play some sports then, when he was around, but he was just an older guy that worked, the bars, and I knew him from my years being in the alcohol industry. So when he was still around, I'd run a few bets through him here and there, but outside of that, if we had a sports book here, I would definitely play more sports betting, but sadly we do not. These days, though, they're legalizing it at such a pace, or planning to legalize it, that I'd say it won't be long till it'll be a bit easier to accomplish. Martin, you said you don't have a system. You're just always looking for an advantage. Well, that is your system, see? So there's a system involved there. That's what it is, right? Yeah, I need to develop more of a system for how I buy into card breaks, but I don't. I just have a tendency to buy in on the teams that I like, because most of the cards I hit in a break I keep myself. I don't really sell them. I need to sell some. I've got too many, and I probably will at some point soon. Maybe send some off to get graded and sell a few, but I do just buy the teams that I personally like when I buy into breaks most of the time. Francisco Mejia, that is numbered to 150 for the Indians, blue parallel. But I mean, I know lots of you make good money buying into breaks. You have a system as to what teams to buy and how much to spend and what the ratio is that you can expect to pull. That's a nice one for the Dodgers. Carlos Rincon, first Bowman autograph. And, a lot of you are able to parlay what you hit in breaks into a really nice little profit. And I think you probably watch a lot of breaks. You'd have to, I guess, to figure out the patterns and figure out what was the best and what you should be paying and all that. Brian Mundell, that is a purple shimmer to 655. And I probably should do something like that, but I don't. I just buy the teams I like. I know, it's terrible, right? Well, baseball card collector dad says, hey, we all need to sell some. I know, right? I've got so many, and I keep saying I'm going to, get a few of them graded and send them off. And then I think I delay sending them off to be graded, and I know it's because I don't really know that I want to sell it. It's to 99, Tim Beckham and the Orioles green parallel. So until they come back from, they're sent off and come back, I can always say, well, I'm not going to sell it till it's graded. Then once it's graded, there goes my excuse. Russell Wilson, again, that's the blue parallel to 150 once again for the Yankees. For the Oakland A's, it is Nick Allen. Then I also find that if I buy into too many breaks, then I don't go back and watch them either. Because then I just think, oh, I don't have time to do all that. Isn't that awful? Which is why I only break with certain people that I know I don't have to think twice about. And then even if I don't ever watch the break, I know they're going to send me whatever I should get. There's Florial on a Bowman Sterling continuity for the Yankees. So in that sense, I kind of just wait and see what shows up in the mail. I got a little bit of that coming my way from Hoops, actually, showing up that I have no idea what, if anything, I hit in it. Because I did not go back and watch it, like, at all. Not even the recap. But I get busy, man. I'm busy getting all this stuff out the door for you guys. I don't have time to go back and watch all those recaps. So I have to be selective with where I bid so that I know I can do it worry-free. Ross, for sure, twinspires.com absolutely is one of the places you can wager online. I personally use TVG most of the time, but for sure I have, Keeneland Select account, and I have the the Twin Spires account. I have an Express Bet account. You know, got all of them. But TVG is the one I would typically use. But I actually have tickets to Breeders' Cup. And I've gone every year for the last 25 or so years. And it's the same group of us that go every year. But this year, I don't really think I'm going to go on Friday. I think I'm just going to send everybody without me unless I really get a tremendous amount of work done tomorrow. I mean, it would have to be an ungodly amount of work that I get done tomorrow. Then I might go Friday. But if I don't get a whole lot done, then I'm going to skip Friday, stay here, and I'll just use TVG and watch them from home. And then I'll go with everybody on Saturday. So that's probably how it'll work. You Bet. Wow. Yeah. I had forgot all about You Bet. Man, that's been like a long time ago. I hadn't thought about You Bet in, I don't even know how long ago. That is Max Scherzer for the Nationals. That is numbered 299. Then we have for the Indians a little Connor Capel to 250, or Capel, Capel, I don't know. You know I'm going to get it wrong. Whichever way I say it, it'll be the opposite. We all know it. Let's just admit it. I'm going to butcher a bunch of them. Baseball card collector Dad wants to know, who all do I bid with? Well, you know what? If you want to send me a message, I will be happy to type some of that back to you. However, I'm not going to just name off all my competition right out in the middle of the break. That would be a bad idea, wouldn't it? I kind of think, even though I do like them and they do a good job, yeah, I don't want to just, send all you guys packing somewhere else. Tyler Freeman, that is for the Indians. It's a purple shimmer to 655. Another Peaks of Potential that went by. Yeah, Latchman, you said, yeah, you do some of the same thing. If you don't watch it live, you're just like, wait and see what shows up in the mail. That's what I do too. Ichiro to 499 for the Mariners. For the Oakland A's, that is Sheldon Noose. That is gold parallel to 50. Yeah, some of you may have heard me tell this story before, but Travis Lakin's first Bowman autograph for the Boston Red Sox. But for a long time, I was buying into other people's breaks of 2010 plates and patches because I was trying to hit my Antonio Brown rookie autograph. And it was inevitable. Like every time I would buy into the break and win, the Steelers, Antonio Brown wouldn't come out. And then every time I would go back and watch where I had been outbid, Antonio Brown would come out. Like this just went on forever. And I would just buy in and buy in and buy in. I would never hit it. I just got to the point where it was the same breaker most of the time. And I trusted them. And I had, I just stopped watching them. Because I would just get depressed watching, I'd get outbid and then there'd come AB. So somebody who used to break with me a lot, he doesn't really break with me much anymore because he does, more of when I used to do a lot of the 1 and 2 box breaks, which I haven't done much of lately and I need to get back into. But anyway, he did more of that and less of case breaks. So I haven't seen him much in a while, but he used to be around quite regularly, and he also bid with that other group. And he came into my break one night, and he said, "Oh, congratulations on your AB." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Oh, last night, you didn't know?" I was like, "No, I didn't go back and watch it." So he told me I finally had hit my Antonio Brown rookie out of 2010 plates and patches. So, of course, because I was excited about that one, as soon as I finished the break, I went running onto their YouTube page and went back to find it to see what it was numbered to and all that. But it was pretty cool to watch that one while I was waiting on it to show up in the mail because I had been trying to hit it for so long. You said, what other breaks do I have on the schedule for tonight? Oh, this is it for tonight. And I don't have any mixers listed on eBay right now. I do have a bunch that I need to do, and I will get done before the end of the year. I need to do a bunch of mixers of 2018 baseball because I've got a lot of odds and ends of that. I'll be doing a leaf mixer that'll probably be cards and maybe mini helmet and jersey and stuff too out of the current year's football. So I've got those to do. I've got a variety of basketball across all different years. Probably have enough older stuff to do some mixers in football across a variety of years and products too. So at some point, I will find time to get pictures of all that and make those listings up. That's the main reason it hasn't been listed, because I have to create the listing and do the pictures, and I'm just always, it seems like, so far behind that I haven't really had time to do that. Brent Rooker and the Twins to $499. But at the same time, I don't want to carry a bunch of that over into next year, so I am going to endeavor to get that done. Those kinds of things, probably will do a lot of them like in one night. Goldschmidt to $499, base refractor for the Diamondbacks. So like, you know, when we do mixers, we'll probably do a bunch of different mixers across different sports, kind of all in the same night. This is Heath Fillmyer for the Oakland A's. It is a first Bowman autograph. Latchman, if you would do me a favor and send me a message to my Gmail email, which is Leader of the Pack Breaks, same as the channel name, except, you know, obviously all one word, Leader of the Pack Breaks at gmail.com. Just send me a message over there and I can send you the information back about how many I have and what kind of price it would be. You can tell me if you want the whole group, and if you do, fine, and if you don't, then I'll put them in a break or I'll do them in mixers or something. To $655, that is a purple shimmer Astros Rogelio Armenteros, which I kind of hope that he makes it in the big leagues because I like his name, Rogelio Armenteros. That is just a cool name. You saw another redemption come out of there too, so we've got two redemptions left to flip over there at the end of the break. I do have Topps Chrome left, as a matter of fact, but it is not in full cases. Here's the deal with what's left out of the Topps Chrome. It's the one that came from the new distributor. Most of you know I have been working, trying to work up to a decent volume with an entirely new distributor that I added to the mix. And you kind of have to break into it the hard way, as in to build up your numbers, you have to take loose boxes and partial cases and weird stuff that you would never do with a regular distributor that you had a good, solid sales history with. But to build numbers and ultimately get what you want, you got to pick some of that up from the new people. So that is a lot of what my 2018 baseball is that will become mixers or whatever. It is all kinds of odds and ends stuff that has been given to me from this new distributor, which I have accepted because obviously, you know, trying to build the numbers so we can have more of the good stuff to open when we want it. So there is Topps Chrome down there. I think that there's a half case of jumbo and a half case of regular. But I would have to double check it. So I would have to count it to tell you for sure, but I feel like for the Topps Chrome it's half case and half case of jumbo and regular. Because I was thinking about just doing it all together, you know, so it would be like 6 hobby boxes and 3 jumbo boxes would be the break, a 9-box break, half and half. So I was thinking about that, but I don't know exactly how I'll divvy it up, but something like that. Yeah, I may just, what I'm thinking is probably, I mean, it's possible that I could put some of it in a mixer, but I'm leaning more towards doing what I suggested there a minute ago. That is Verlander to $499, base refractor for the Astros. The Tampa Bay Rays have Jake Bauers on a green parallel to 99. I'm definitely leaning more towards putting the Topps Chrome all together, just the jumbos and the hobbies mixed together, all at once. Matthias Dietz, first Bowman for the Orioles. Ross says he does not think we've had a very good case here. But you know, again, I still say you don't really know the answer to whether or not it's a good case until 5 or 6 years from now. Because some of these guys that are first Bowman right now, we're looking at them going, they're not that highly rated. But that's also what you would have said about Aaron Judge back in 2013, right? But then, guess what? Come last year, you would have been bartering your firstborn for some of his numbered first Bowmans. So you never know. Justin Upton for the Angels, gold parallel numbered to 50. But that is why I think that, sometimes it's hard to judge Bowman on the face of it. To 499, Brandon Marsh for the Angels. I mean, for sure, we know who our good rookies are. For sure, we know who our top prospects are. Whether or not our top prospects work out to be top players in the big leagues, we don't know that yet. We have a Diaz Purple Shimmer to 655 coming up here for the Marlins. Awesome. Then, Latchman, look for me to shoot you over an answer with all the details tomorrow. It will not be tonight, most likely. I very seldom get back into email the night of a break because I'll be sitting at this table for a good long while after we sign off because I got to get stuff in sleeves and top loaders and get everything all nice and secure and like that for our hits before I do anything else. And then by the time I do all that and clean up and everything, it's usually pretty late. So I typically don't get back into email again until the following day. So don't be surprised if you don't hear from me until tomorrow, Latchman, but I will check it and give you an answer back. All right, we are going to flip these over, take a look at them, and then you know the drill. I'm going to take us to the Topps website. We'll verify the team. We're probably going to know the team anyway, but that's just how we roll. First out is Lucchesi, and that is a Chrome Prospect Autograph Refractor Parallel. That's going to be the Padres, and most likely it's not going to tell us what it's numbered to, but I believe it would just be numbered to 499 since it says Refractor Parallel. And our last one, I'm getting an, okay. That is Micker Adolfo. I always forget what team he's on. We do this every time I pull Micker Adolfo. I cannot remember his team. I have the worst mental block about what team that guy plays for. And every single time I forget it. And every single time I think to myself, I've got to remember where this Adolfo goes, and I never do. So... never, ever, ever do. White Sox. Thank you. There you go. Everybody's in there going, it's the White Sox, dummy. I know. Thank you. I didn't know. I couldn't remember it. But I do know I appreciate you telling me. That helped me out. All right. So let's go find our Chrome Prospect Autograph. That just says Prospect. Doesn't say Autograph. But that's probably where they are anyway. Is that where they are anyway? Or should it say Autograph? It should say Autograph. Let's see what else is here. I do this every time too, don't I? Fall League. Here we go. Autograph variation. We need to find Micker. Where are you, Micker? Why aren't these in alphabetical order? Just because they want to make my life difficult? Some of them are in alphabetical order. There he is. So Chicago White Sox, which you guys were on it and told me in chat because my mental block will not allow me to remember that for some reason. And then there's Joey for the Padres, and I didn't have a mental block about that one, so I was able to actually have a little recall on it. Okay, let's recap our Bowman Chrome break. This was the last of the hobby. So moving forward, the rest of our Bowman Chrome is going to be HTA. And I got a handful of cases of HTA, so we've still got some Bowman Chrome fun yet to be had. Okay, guys, when you see purple shimmer, it is numbered to 655. When you see gold, it is to 50. When you see green, whether it is base or shimmer, it's to 99. When you see a refractor base with no color, it's to 499. So blue is to 150. I don't think I mentioned that one a moment ago. We didn't have any red in here tonight. I believe we've got an orange, and our orange, when you see that, is numbered to 25. So that way I don't have to read all the numbers off again, but yet you know what it's numbered up to based on the color. Oh, we forgot about this. This fun fellow is numbered to 150, an atomic refractor for the White Sox on a Bowman Sterling continuity for Louis Robert. A Peaks of Potential, same deal, atomic refractor. It's numbered to 150, and that is for the Brewers, and it is Corbin Burns. There's another Russell Wilson that went by. It was purple shimmer, which meant to 655. That one's to 50. There's our orange to 25. It's Paul DeYoung for the Cardinals. Those are our numbered cards that were not autographed. Now, here we go with our hits. Micker Adolfo redemption for the White Sox. The Joey Lucchesi redemption for the Padres. The Angels hit with Brandon Marsh to 499. Orioles with Dietz. The A's with Phil Mayer to 499. The Red Sox with Travis Lakins. The Indians to 250 with Connor Capel. The A's with Nick Allen. The Dodgers hit with a nice first Bowman Rincon. The Dodgers hit with a nice Verdugo rookie. The Cubbies hit with Ademan, first Bowman. Blue Jays, Riley Adams. The Phillies, Kyle Young, first Bowman to 50. Nice gold parallel first Bowman. The Indians with Tyler Freeman. The Cardinals with Chase Pender, first Bowman. The Tigers, Gregory Soto, first Bowman. And there's Jorge Guzman, blue to 150, first Bowman for the Marlins. The Nationals with Seth Romero. The Kansas City Royals and Nicky Lopez to 250. The A's with Logan Shore. Jake Ring, first Bowman for the Orioles. The Nats hit with Andrew Stevenson to 499 with a refractor rookie there. And then we have Inyel de los Santos, first Bowman for the Phillies, and the Cubbies with a Charcer Burks, first Bowman. So that, guys, is Bowman Chrome for tonight. It is also the last of the hobby Bowman Chrome, but HTA right around the corner. We're going to bust into that early next week. So to that end, I'm going to put up our spreadsheet information one final time for any of you who might be interested in what's breaking in the days ahead. Let's take a quick look at it. And then after I do that, I'll put up the spreadsheet information about shipping dates and all that one final time as well. So again, we're going kind of light here for the next few days, both to give me a chance to get caught up and also to give me an opportunity to spend a little time with my friends and family who are in town for the races. So Thursday, tomorrow night, it is a full case of full-size Leaf football helmets, Flawless basketball again, and Prism football. That's actually kind of a long one. Tomorrow night's going to be kind of a long break. Friday, 4th and goal football. That is 4 autographed memorabilia items in there, a jersey, a full-size football helmet, a mini helmet, and a photograph. More Flawless basketball, and we'll break high-tech baseball again on Friday night as well. Saturday is an off night. Sunday, it will be Gold Rush Gem Mint Series 2 football, a 12-pack box, which a box is the same as a case in that product, so you can call it whichever you want. You can call it a 12-pack box, you can call it a 12-pack case. It's 12 packs however you cut it. And then it will be Topps High-Tech Baseball again Sunday night as well. Monday, a 10-box case of Leaf Best of Baseball, and then a 12-box case of Bowman Chrome HTA / Jumbo, as some people call it. It is all hits. There's no base in that. It will be 36 autograph hits in there with 0 base cards. Loving it. Here's your shipping information one more time. Anticipating Tuesday for High Tech Baseball and Bowman Chrome that we open tonight. Flawless Basketball, of course, a free shipping break, always projected out about a week after an auction ends. Often I'm able to get it out to you faster than that, but plan on Wednesday. Be happy if I get it out to you sooner. Consolation cards. If your team was not pulled in one of the breaks tonight, you got nothing at all, like not a base card, not a single thing, you are entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year in any series, and I track it for a rolling 90-day period. If you're in a free shipping break, I typically will hold on to that consolation card until the next time that you have a package going out. Then I gather up all that you're due, send them out at once with that package. If you want it done differently and you're in a free shipping break and you don't want to wait on it, send me a message on eBay. Let me know that. I will happily get it out to you sooner. If you're in one of the paid shipping breaks and you happen to get skunked in one of those and don't pull a single card, any consolation cards that you are due would ship out to you with the rest of the break since it is a paid shipping break. And that, I guess, is it for tonight. The only other thing I needed to do, I already did it, was highlighted that one of those went as a second chance offer. So that's it for me tonight, guys and gals. I appreciate you spending part of your Halloween with me. I will be back at this tomorrow night. I hope I will see you again then, or if not, then sometime soon. And until I see you next, have a great week. Bye now.